Here's a brooder. I landed up getting 8 chicks hatching, nearly 10. No, 9 chicks hatching. I nearly got 10. I got 8 chicks now. One Astrolop chick died. So got 3 Marans in there, and maybe a Rhode Island and a couple of Astrolops. Not sure what the yellow, 2 yellow ones are. Maybe the Astrolop crossed the commercial, like breed 27 or something, whatever they are. And then I got the 2. I got a speckled and an Astrolop in there. Focus you. Not focusing. Got the 2 older ones in there. They're only a week older, but it makes a big difference. I kept them apart in this here little partition here for a week or so. But it's been long enough now, and they're not killing each other. The water there as well. It's just a 7 by 3 foot brooder built on a pallet. I may have showed it last year, I don't know. Took me a while to build it, but it's fairly sturdy and it's fairly portable. Maybe not in here, but like 2 people can manhandle it somewhat. And then once it's on the flat, then you can get a front loader under it easy and shift it about. Yeah, it's a bit bigger than it needs to be for this job, but I was counting on that I'd get half decent hatch rates this year, and apparently not. Anyway. This is my second pasture box. Thursday I managed to finish it Tuesday night, and so they've been laying in here 2 days. I've neglected to show it, but I've just been picking eggs. They've laid quite a few eggs in there now. Busted. They like climbing out, but it's got these laying boxes in it, unlike the other ones, so they are laying in them. They're working. Had to make some minimal improvements yesterday morning. Things was falling apart already. I nailed the nest box together, and not very well neither. I might fancy let 7 got out yesterday. If I get 6 out or something, I'll separate those off and make sure that they're laying, because I need to siphon off unproductive chickens, because I can bet that there's 1 or 2 breaking eggs or something. There's too many eggs breaking. I get soft eggs as well, and it'd be nice to get rid of the chickens who are making soft eggs, but yeah, it's working anyway. This one's a 10 by 12. It's a little bit more like a Joel Salatin type. Still not quite exactly the same. I'm not really into the book. Might buy it at some point, but not yet. It's 3/4 job, and the sink's all screwed down on the top because I didn't get my measurements right, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. Very good. Anyway, I better shift them forward. So these chickens, they're so small, these whatever they are, type 27 or whatever it is, they're X free range. Get out of the way. Go on. So it's small, they even push under the bottom end after the box goes down. Then grill in the corner. It's a bit dirty. Else until forward there a bit. And I've gone in the middle. I'll try and keep an eye out. They're not nearly as clean, of course, but right. Shift this box forward a little then. Because I've made this frame angle to save steel. Let's get it under the handle more. Crushes them and stuff. I've counted them this time. They don't come out as clean as I'd like, but I can't really that. I'll end up washing half my eggs between the egg smashing and wetting maybe a third of them, and maybe a couple getting put all dollops of crap on them. That's good. Back in. They're happy there again. Nice. Rust! Spray them out. Frame needs a bit of reinforcement again. It keeps on bending when it's not meant to bend. Still, it works pretty good. I've lost my pop radiator, so I haven't put any hinges on this yet. But basically, for the moment, I can just. Yeah. Moment pressed up here, covered in burns. Bring this string over. Two strings screws each side. Try and round a bit to make a edge of the screw. Closed for a while, not really falling from there, so I'll go and pick the other eggs now. Now this is the first one I made. This one's 8 by 10, so it'll be easier to shift. It's pretty heavy, it's got 0.7 steel on it, so it's harder to move than the one in some respect, and it's not the same construction. I got a little nest box in front, but the chickens don't use it, so it's basically set up as a meat chicken tractor, if you want, you know. It doesn't have any nest boxes in it. So what I do is I just shift it forward, and then the tend to lay in the back here. You can just shift it a little bit, pick the eggs, and it tends to work alright. bit of feed. For some reason they laid all over the box this time, but usually they lay in back there and stay fairly clean. The eggs stay fairly clean. So I'll just pull this here forward now. So you see those eggs there? If I hadn't stopped there, I would have lost, I don't know, 3 or 4 eggs. So that's why I do it that way. I think currently well under 20 in this one. But, see the eggs that they clean up normally, but laid normally, they're fairly clean. The ones that are in the middle aren't so much because they walk all over them and crap all over them. These don't break very many eggs. Good. It's just a bit dirty. It's alright if you eat them quickly enough. That's a small egg, so I just got one starting laying, so its eggs is growing. Then what do you call it? So I'll eat them myself, or I might give them to somebody. I don't know. Smaller eggs discounted, but so they have enough water as well. And there you go. It takes me a little longer than it should maybe, but it doesn't take too long. And that way I have fresh clover, I got clean ground underneath their feet every day, and perhaps fairly importantly, they're fairly safe from predators. That one's got 3 lines of electric fence. That one's got 2 because I just don't think it needs 3. Saves some insulators. But you know, like if somebody tries to sniff up in the bottom, it's probably going to get a shock. Maybe not the smallest things, but most, you know, foxes and whatnot that we have here, they're going to get a shock. And then the top wire, then that's gonna, if a horse or a cow or something wants to rub up in it, they ought to get a shock as well, and that ought to discourage things from meddling with the boxes too much and keep things safe. But yeah, and then that's on there. Then this one has had a light in it, electric, you know, 12-volt business. That one's got it now because it's more important that one does. These ones do lay as it is, like, so might as well leave a light there, and that just keeps them laying a little bit more. It's still a little early for them to be full belt. Some people say you want 16 hours a day maybe. I'm saying that 14's enough. But it's got a little solar panel up there screwed on so it don't blow over, and a battery and stuff, and then all the electrics are inside. I put them where I hope that the chickens won't meddle with them, but when you're pulling eggs you should be able to see if they've been meddling with the wires, and so I'm fairly happy with that. I think I just need to sort out the next one. I can do some construction improvements, you know, making sure the box will fit the sheets and whatnot. Maybe should have gotten 10-foot fit sheets, but instead I got 10-foot sheets. So yeah, that's about it. Right, so this is the, I don't know, first and second batch maybe, and then that's the third here. I might just take the top off, but I only just put them in, so I want to see if they'll acclimate to the temperature. I got about 25 here so far. They'll get to be in the small brooder for now, and then we'll see about shifting them to the other one maybe. A friend of mine incubated these for me. He had some eggs that he got from somebody or another, got the connections, and incubated some of my eggs as well. And so there's a bit of a mixture there. There's Rhode Islands and Astralops and a couple of the whatever they are. So it'll give some more variety on top of it. He's had a little better hatch rate. It's not that much better, but he's a lot better. 25 out of, and there's still a couple there that were still struggling on the third day or whatever, but I think he's gotten about 50-60%, which is a bit better than what I've been doing. So yeah, I found the water, a couple of them, so they'll learn. I'll leave these without feed. I try and go by the rule that you should leave them in the brooder an hour before giving them feed. Some people say that helps the survival rate quite a bit. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna leave them there for a while before giving them feed. I've given them some feed and put the lamp in the box. They're all piling up underneath the light for the minute, but I think they'll stop that soon enough. It's pretty toasty under that lamp. You can see some of them going out to veg already, so I think they'll warm up and then they'll start going outside the centre then. Hopefully we won't have too many losses. It's not been quite an hour before I put the feed in, but maybe half an hour. I haven't got time to wait for it.